Hello and welcome back to our coverage of the Genesis Invitational here on 2K Sports. Time to head back out to the 6th hole now. Let's get cracking. A tad wayward, but still on the surface. Setting up miles from the hole.
This is their look at birdie.
Oh, so close. This putt right on 10 feet. A good one to make.
Surely it's going to.
That putt went a bit long there. This next putt is for bogey. And that was a bogey by our leader, so the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
Deep into the front 9, here we are at the 7th hole.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 15 feet from the cup. This really looks good.
And that's a great way to forget about that bogey on the last. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling. This looks to be a fairway seeker to me. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. And he's not hit the mark on that approach.
A bit short with that effort.
Ooh, that almost went down. Oh, Rich, that's the special stuff.
And a chip in, Luke, just what the doctor ordered.
That shot's so good, we need to have another look.
Beautifully judged. Great tempo on this chip.
Leading by a potentially insurmountable 11 strokes after that one. Not sure why I said potentially. This is quite an astonishing performance by our leader. Their advantage now out to double digits. I'm not sure if the chase back is good enough to catch them. Teeing off now on the 9th hole.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Playing to an elevated green here. Let's see if they've got the right club. Going with the 7. Any bounce to the left here would be helpful. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. Big chance here. Oh, what an excellent time to make a big putt like that. And you bet their rival knows just what happened. Lovely position for our leader here, Rich. Out in front, but a few holes to go.
Well, it's been great watching this player get the best of their rival, but still a long way to go until the end of this tournament. Let's see how it shakes out.
Always exciting when you stand up on the tee on a short par 4.
No, not at all. And what a hole it is. It's changed a lot over the years. This green is actually reminds me of something you would see at Pinehurst. There's no flat spots on it. It either is downhill or uphill. That's it. Players most likely will take driver or fairway wood and try and leave themselves just on the front left portion of this green. That's the most ideal spot they can hit it, no matter where they put the flag stick. However, hitting it there is nearly impossible. A keen short game is absolute necessity to make birdie here.
Didn't that look good for a long time? So much easier when you roll like that, isn't it?
Love watching this player around the greens.
Currently in first position. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Teeing off here at the 11th.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
And here we are with the third shot. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Good looking putt. Oh, you're going to be hard to catch now if you keep making putts like that. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevent you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
And this shot from about 150 yards out. This should play. Oh, that was so close to going in. This putt coming up is for birdie. And that's 8 birdies today. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. But this is quite an astonishing performance by our leader. Their advantage now out to double digits. I'm not sure if the chase back is good enough to catch them. Teeing off here on the 13th hole.
is really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. If you find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Time for the second shot here at the 13th. Chosen the pitching wedge here.
Has got this thing dialed in here, looking good.
A wonderful shot, and a chance for birdie here on the 13th. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
Well done. Take the birdie. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. There's always a sense of excitement striding onto the tee of a par 3 hole.
Luke, it's a very simple hole in my mind, but for the mere mortals who are playing this game, it can be difficult because this green is not deep, but it's certainly wide, and it does tilt from right to left at a pretty good clip. Historically, it's not the easiest par 3 on this golf course, but for me, I think different.
An opportunity for a birdie here. Oh, terrific. What an effort. He sits in first position. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Now on the tee of a long par 4.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
Great looking shot this. That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me.
A little birdie looking here.
Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard.
Whew, that is some pretty good breathing room. Out in front by a bunch.
And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard.
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
Teeing off here on the 16th hole.
It's an island green, if you can believe that. It's surrounded by bunkers. I think this is another one of the all-time great designs. It's only about 160 yards, Luke, but the whole green is surrounded by bunkers. Everything feeds towards the center and the front of this green once it gets on there. I just think this is a magnificent design. If you hit it in any one of those bunkers, making a par will be nearly impossible.
This one's tracking. Well, that'll play. And now that finds him in first place.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Now at the 17th hole.
At all costs, do not hit it in that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. Anywhere to the left, even in the rough left, is just fine. From there, your next shot should be laid up out to the right-hand side. Third shot, straight back up the hill with some kind of wedge. It can be an easy birdie if you get the distance on your third shot spot on. If you get it wrong, however, you could have some issues.
Not really what they were hoping for there.
Well, that should save them. That one from the sand. Putting for birdie.
These are on rails, looking good.
That's a good sign of a player's character, Rich. Still managed to make something out of the hole.
Up and down out of the bunker for birdie here, Luke. Job well done.
And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Well, what a lovely position to be in, holding the lead, playing the last. Good luck. This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. Well, that was fantastic. What a shot from the leader.
Simply amazing power on that tee shot.
From around 180 yards out. Should find the green. And hitting yet another green here today.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens in regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Well, a spectacular week comes to a close. Congratulations to the Genesis Invitational winner, Riviera, the home of your champion.
It was a Hollywood ending for this winner. What a performance all week long.
Well, when it comes to performances that they'll remember,